What's up, guys? This is Russell with Texas Young Guns, and today is a big day for our RV. We are going to be recoating the roof today. Our roof is in pretty sad shape. It's a rubber roof. It's got tons of cracks in it. Nothing that would cause water damage or water leakage, but it's time to be addressed. I'm sure it never has since it was manufactured in 2005, so it's time to do that. I've already resealed a lot of stuff, but today's a big day because we need to, well, recoat it. As you can see, it's got a lot of, well, dirt and grime and stuff, which has nothing to do with the condition of the roof, but there is some black, cracking here and there. You can see right here how the rubber is kind of, coming off. So this is typically how the water from the AC right here drains, so that's probably why. But we're gonna give her a good coating today, and I'm gonna walk you through it as I do it, and we can do it together. So here's a good view of the roof right here. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can just see micro cracks everywhere. So the new coating hopefully will take care of that, and it'll be good. So the first thing I'm gonna do actually is take off these AC covers, and the reason why I want to do that is because when I go to recoat it, I can get closer to the base because these housings will keep it too far away. The next thing we'll want to do is blow all the leaves and sticks and stuff off, get all the solids off of the roof. That way we can spray it next. So let's get that done. Now the next thing we're going to do, we got all the leaves and sticks and stuff off of the RV, is I have filled a pump up sprayer with the part 1 of this system, because it's a 2-part system, and I'm just going to use this little sprayer here, pump some pressure and coat it down. Oddly enough, it says to not wash the top of your RV before you do this, so I thought that was a little odd, but it's supposed to be a cleaner / activator, so I guess they want you to trust their system. And it says they want a wide spray pattern, and if you spray it and it starts running off of the RV, you're using too much. So let's do that. Now it did say after you've applied this that if you get any on the paint of your RV to wash it off immediately. So technically you should be getting plastic sheeting and surrounding the RV with it. But for our purposes, I'm gonna have my wife on standby with the power washer, and she'll wash the RV off right away. So let's get started. All right, so couldn't show you a step because my camera overheated. Good old South Texas 100-degree weather. But what I just got done doing was power washing the roof. I let that product sit, that part 1, for 15 minutes. I came back behind it and sprayed it off. So the point of that is to exfoliate the rubber, the existing rubber, from what I understand. So and also help clean it. So that's what we did. That's what I did. So okay, so as you can see the foam, or what's left of it, around the RV. We actually gave her a good bath while we're waiting on the roof to dry. The reason for that is like I mentioned earlier, the instructions say do not let the cleaning agent / exfoliator part 1 stuff stay on any paint surfaces if it gets on it. So we kind of planned on it and went ahead and gave her a full bath with the foaming system. If you haven't seen that video on that foaming system, basically it just attaches to the end of your power washer, and I'll put that link below. So now I'm just continuing to wait for the top to dry, which actually it's probably dry because we're in the Texas heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing materials up there and coating the roof. So here's the part 1 of the system. This is your cleaning agent, and this is what you'll add directly to your sprayer. And then part 2 are these gallon jugs, and that's actually your roofing coating system, and it's 1 gallon per 125 square feet. So on ours is a 39 footer, so it'll be 39 times 8 because it's about 8 feet wide. and that's how you'll calculate how many you need. So I went ahead and got 4. That's probably too much, but you know, if I don't use one, I'll either send it back or just store it, or hell, I might put a 3rd coat on. We'll see how I feel. All right, so the roof is dry besides this stick, and we are ready to start with the coating. Now you may ask, how do you start? That's a good question. And you notice I changed hats because I'm getting beat down by the sun, so there's no shame in my game. Make fun of me if you want, but it is hot. So I'm starting out with like a medium-sized brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the coating and I'm just going to do the edges. So anything along the seams that might be difficult to do with a roller brush or a roller painter thing. And I'm going to do all the seams around all the stuff on top of the roof. I'm also going to do the edges on the sides. And once I get all that painted, then I can come back with the roller and paint it that way. But first, I recommend getting started with a brush and doing all the edges around everything. Another thing to note is before you open one of these gallons up is you want to shake them really well. That way you mix the product back up. You know, this has been sitting in some of the product is probably separated, so just make sure you shake it up for about 5 minutes. Alright, so we are done with the edges, and we've also cut in some of the front. Excuse the bugs in the trees. Now it's time to finish cutting in all the different vents and ACs and all that kind of stuff, so let's get to it. Okay, so I'm done cutting in the roof. As you can see, everything's been cut in, the ACs, the vents, the skylight for the shower, all that has been cut in. So now I can come back with the rewarding part and using the roller and painting the main part of the roof. Now there is something to be said about this. Obviously you want to paint from the front to your exit point. So my exit point is back there, the stairs. So I'm going to be painting from the front to the back to my stairs, and that little bit by the stairs where I'm going to go down, or the ladder rather, is the last little part I'm going to paint, and I'll get down and then wait for it to dry so I can do the second coat. Real quick, I wanted to show you all the difference between the old and the new. So here's the old, and here's the new. Pretty amazing, right? Pretty huge difference. Here's a better view. Pretty crazy, right? All right, so we are back up here. I'm up here to do the second coat. Still wearing my flashy hat. And this one should go by quicker. It already has one coat on it, so really it's just applying that second coat. If I have enough, I'll do a third, but it took me, just for your knowledge, it took me 2 gallons to cut everything in and do the first coat. I think technically, if you do the math, I should have used more, so I think I'm gonna be little more liberal with the coating this time, and we'll get her done. It's looking pretty good. One thing to note, just like any paint, when you only do one coat, is there's a lot of streaks. I don't know how well that's coming out in the camera, but just for a lighter first coat, the second coat should get rid of a lot of that, so, but we'll see. Well guys, I'm here the day after. It's cured overnight in the middle of a field, so no leaves and stuff can fall on it, and man, it looks awesome compared to what it did before. And for those of you who watched the air horn video, you'll notice that the front looks a lot better. So the front cap, I actually ended up using painter's tape to make a straight line. I wanted to cover over the seam to help waterproof it, so anyhow, let's get these covers back on. All right, so that's the AC toppers back on there, and that pretty much wraps up this job. But man, should have brought my sunglasses. It is bright. Well guys, I hope you liked that video. I threw in a couple of pictures here just to show you the huge difference recoating your roof can make. My only advice is to be careful and don't do it in the summer like I did. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.